All right, 97.1. Good to have you aboard. Hope you enjoyed Tiger baseball. Nice to see that little life to him today. But that's not what we're here to talk about, is it? We have a massive game and maybe one of the only opportunities for a local team to win a title that we're going to see in the next few years. Tonight at way too late o'clock. I don't know why a national title game opens at 9:26 or whatever the list time is, but we'll save it for another day. This is the matchup I told you I thought you'd end up with. I thought both games went. Look, I don't give a damn. I'll pat myself on the back. I did a good job talking about both games and telling you what you'd see, and you saw exactly that. So you're going to bust my balls when I don't. I'll take a dap when I do. But let's start out with this, because I hear something around this office, and I hear something from a couple of my buddies, and I don't like it. And that is the idea that somehow tonight is impossible. That somehow you're going to have to play the way you played against Texas A&M to win. And I think it's disrespectful to John Beilein. I think it's disrespectful to that program. This Michigan team has found a way, game in and game out. They have not lost a basketball game since February 6th. Okay? This is a really good basketball team. Are they as good as Villanova? No. But Villanova's not infallible. I want to talk about some of the ways you can get this done. But that was one. I don't want to treat this like this Villanova team is vintage Duke or vintage Carolina or one of the great teams I've ever seen. It's not. It just happens to be the best team in a very odd year of college basketball. So that's one. Two, and I think this is very important as well, there is nothing negative from tonight. I think anyone who criticizes anything following this game, I don't care if Michigan loses by 100. This season has been an incredible success. I think it's reestablished Michigan as the program in the state. Yes, I believe the Spartans have to catch up. I think John Beilein has cemented himself as one of the elite coaches in the country. I think it has shown that, yes, Beilein here has it rolling. Really does if you look at the last 6 years. And tonight, this was the point where I said, hey, as long as you get here with the way that bracket broke down, tonight's gravy. Tonight is just a chance at immortality. They go, they lose, there's not going to be a negative word coming out of my mouth. It's been an unbelievable season. And if they lose, they will have lost to a really, really good basketball team. But my point is, A, it's not impossible. And B, I guess what I would compare it to is when State made it in 2009 and got to North Carolina on Monday night here in Detroit, it was gravy. Now, I think MSU was playing a team they had no shot at. None. I don't believe you have no shot. But those are two overriding themes I wanted to just get out of the way to start. Now, I'll throw the number out, and then I kind of want to go through this and talk about it because I'm very excited to watch this game. Thank God you eliminated Sister Jean and Loyola and that nonsense. The brand of basketball they play is just awful. And frankly, I'm happy that you're going to play Nova because here's the third thing I don't want to hear about. And it's very, very simple. I don't want to, and I've been very consistent with this too. Okay, so don't waste my time. I've said this from the start. I don't want to hear anything about, the path Michigan took. Don't want to hear it because tonight they play the best team. If Michigan wins, you don't get to say a word about their path. If Michigan beats Villanova, you don't get to say a word. They've gotten here on guts. They've gotten here on toughness. They've gotten here on their defense. I don't want to hear it. Nobody will remember 20 years from now that they had some wacky statistic about not playing a lot of great teams. I don't want to hear it, and I'm a Spartan. I think it's weak. I think we sound like butthurt idiots. And if they lose tonight, no, it doesn't mean that they lost to the only great team they played. No. Villanova's a really good basketball team. Probably the best in the country. And if they played a best of 7 against Michigan, I think Villanova would win it 100 out of 100 times. Best of 7. But tonight's not a best of 7. It's a best of tonight. That's it. 40 minutes. And for me, it's kind of crazy to say it, but think about what I'm saying. I don't think this has anything to do with your defense. It doesn't. I know what I'm going to get from Michigan's defense. You're going to run people off that three-point line. You're going to hold people to a lower percentage shooting three than maybe anybody else. You will contest every shot. Read a stat the other day, and it was in the second half, Loyola took 27 shots. You contested 24 of them, including their first 16 of the half. If you're not familiar with contested shots as a statistic or you don't care about it, trust me, that's unbelievable. Michigan will guard. And it really has nothing to do with Nova's offense because I think Nova will do more against you than most teams. But the other side of the ball is where the game is. Your offense has been bad 4 of 5 games. It just has. The A&M game was the birthday party. You played better than you'll ever play. You don't need to play that way to win tonight. You simply need to be closer to that than not. You're going to have to play your second best offensive game at a tourney, period. Unless Villanova comes out and just lays a foundation of bricks and has an unearthly, unpredictable, historically awful night, you're going to have to produce better on offense. And again, I don't think this game is anything more than a race to 70. Villanova, when they haven't played great offensively and or have faced better defensive teams, is still getting to 70. So if you think you're playing this game in the 50s or the low 60s, I'm sorry. That just means Villanova had a night that historically you can't even imagine them having. But that's where the game really is your offense, your pace of play. Nova, when they have the ball, I mean, they're a point of possession team. That's who they are. There's too many options for them not to be able to put up something. And whether it's Brunson or DiVincenzo or Spellman or Paschal or, please, it is a team that offensively, they're out there playing like the Houston Rockets. They want to get up and down. They want to space it and shoot it. There are going to be times they won't have a single post player in the game. Space it, shoot it. And they'll drive it, they'll kick. They'll drive it and take, the contested twos. That's where the game will reside. Because I don't think Michigan's going to forget how to play defensively at all. I think they'll force Villanova off that line. You're holding opponents to 30% from deep. I think if you hold them from 30% here, a lot of it will be used. Some of it would have to be them simply missing. But offensively for Michigan is where it has to be better. Because what you've done in this tournament is not good enough to win tonight. Mo Wagner, virtuoso performance last game. Nothing to take away from him, but let's be real about it. It's Loyola, and he was matched up a lot against a freshman center at Loyola in Krutwig. Mo is going to have to play a big-time game tonight. Big time. And Michigan will have to use that three-point shot. Vegas has you as a 7-point underdog for a reason. But I don't believe it's impossible. I don't believe it would take a miracle. I hate hearing terms like that. I don't like setting the stage that way. I just don't think it's fair. I don't think it's justified, and I don't think it's realistic. Michigan can absolutely do this. Now, if Nova comes out and plays anything like they played against Kansas, you're dead. That's it. There's nothing else. You will not win if they go out and hit 18 three-pointers. Duh. My point to you is they're going to bounce a little bit. They went out and played the game of their life last time out. They're not replicating that. Now it's just how much do they regress? Or do they bounce to the point where they put up a historically bad night? If they come out and play really well, it's going to be very tough for Michigan to win, but I don't believe Michigan's got to be perfect. I don't believe that. But one thing is for certain. You must awaken this offense. The amount of open threes that Michigan missed against Loyola, or has missed in this tournament, if we're going to be accurate about it. If you take out the game against A&M, Michigan's offensive efficiency in this tournament has been not good. I think point per possession, they're like .72, and that's with the performance against A&M. So I want to talk to the people about it. I want to get your mindset going into this. I don't think it's fair to expect victory, but I don't think you should be praying for a miracle either. Beeline will have this team prepared. This team will guard. They will play. They will be tough. This is about the offense as much as anything, and it's going to be about defensively forcing Villanova to beat you 2 points at a time. I know that sounds incredibly lame, and maybe it's cliche, but it's the truth. Your specialty is the one kryptonite, because if Nova doesn't get into a rhythm on offense, if Nova is using deep shot clock, if Nova is forced to put the ball on the deck and take the contested twos, that's plan B for them. Plan A is to simply dribble, drive, and kick, or simply put, pull up and space. Force them to take the contested look, force them to put it on the deck, and rally. The rebounding, to me, neither team's a great rebounding team. Neither team, I mean, again, offensive rebounds will be at a premium. This is truly going to be about what you can do offensively, pace-wise. You do not want this to be a fast game. You want to limit possessions. If somehow you could keep this thing under 70, I think your chances of winning go up exponentially. If this thing ends up in the 80s, you're dead. I truly believe it's a race to 70 flat. And look, I think Michigan's got a puncher's chance tonight. I just, no. Do I believe they're going to win? No, I do not. You wanted Kansas to win that other side. I mean, I told you, I had all the faith in the world they beat Loyola by double digits. They did. They just got out of that funk and started hitting a few shots and started really dialing up defensively. This is a different deal. I think if Villanova comes out and plays their B game, you got a real chance to beat them. I don't think Nova can come out and tank this deal, play a C-plus game, and still win. You know, if your A-plus game is A&M, you go in, play your B-plus game, and Nova plays their B. I think you can squeak them. I think you can get them. But, yeah, if Nova plays their A and you play your A, nah, you're not beating them. Won't happen. But let's get into it a little bit. 248-539-9797. Your ticket text, 97136. Welcome in. Hatchet ran the Tiger game today. You multi-talented man, you. Hi, David.
Hi, Michael.
Are you okay?
I'm exhausted.
Ooh-wee. This place is unreal, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, it is.
How the hell, hold on, because we got to get to the people. The point is, how the hell do we get to you running a Tigers game? Like, how many people said no before they got to come to my show and take my call screener?
The problem was the doubleheader yesterday. That's what happened.
Oh, so the hours, and you can't have people. Oh, boy.
Yep. Need to pull somebody and put somebody in there.
You look fresh.
I feel fresh.
You look really amped to do this national title game broadcast.
And I got to try to stay up for that game tonight.
Dude, 9:26. I'm sorry. Too late. It's ridiculous.
Man, this is going to be rough.
I'll be locked in, but it's wrong for a lot of the people that got to work in the morning. Sully, your thoughts on anything I've just said? If you'd like to attack or agree, I really don't care. I would just like to hear what you think.
No, I mean, I think Villanova's really good, but...
Wow, geez, really? Water's wet.
Come on, that's how I started.
Water wet. Boobs fun.
I'd give Michigan about a 35% chance of winning tonight. I think the good thing, when you look at this Michigan team, they find ways to win in different ways, which is the sign of a good team. Whether it's Texas A&M, it's all offense. Florida State, it's a defensive battle. Or Loyola, you have to come back by 10 points. The team finds a way to win games and finds a way to stay in games. They don't get blown out. They play close games. Maybe that factors into it. But, no, I do expect Villanova to win tonight. Michigan would have to play like they did against A&M in order to win, I think. Is it possible? Sure. Or to play close to that. But at the end of the day, I do think Villanova is probably going to win by 7-8 points tonight.
Wow. What a weak can take.
75, 67, something like that.
Man, you disappoint me. You really buy into that weak-ass line of thinking that you have to recreate the A&M game to beat these guys?
Close to it, yeah.
Weak.
Close to it.
It's just not the case.
Michigan's got to put on a show.
That A&M game was alien. That A&M game was out of the cosmos. You don't need that to beat Villanova. This isn't vintage Duke. This isn't Kentucky with DeMarcus Cousins and John Wall. Come on, man. You really that is like such, and I can't say the word I want to say for what I think about that take, but it's forget it. I won't even rhyme it. The point is, it's just weak sauce.
No, I think they're going to have to play very, very well.
Wow.
They're going to have to play one of their best games. They can't
David,
take the night off.
We're going to have to put this kid in take rehabilitation because he's throwing up some real softy. These are ripe peaches.
How? That's similar to what you just said. They're going to have to play their A-plus game.
I didn't say that. I didn't say anything of the sort. I just spent 15 minutes building a case. You don't need anything near that A&M game. That's not true.
It would have to be close.
Okay. Well, Sully's weak take is out there. Maybe he does represent you. Maybe Michigan fan agrees with Sully, and that's fine. I give you a way better chance than Sully does. 248-539-9797. Also, again, I don't think it has anything to do with your defense. I know what to expect there. Offensively bad 4 to 5 games. Needs something to start clicking on that end of the floor. And Nova, listen, they're not chop liver defensively. They're a top 15, top 12 defensive team. But this is going to have to be you controlling the pace of play and being very efficient in a limited possession game. Nova's going to get theirs unless something alien happens. You can limit them. I don't think you can stop them. But, boy, I hate that take of Sully's. Oh, it's going to take the A&M game to come on. I mean, that's...
As I said, 35%.
I think you're
more than a lot of people think.
Yeah, well, a lot of people, this is the first Michigan game they've watched all year, so I really don't care about their opinion. You ask the average guy in the street, he can't even name a Villanova Wildcat. They got a Naismith Award guy. I mean, come on. Please. Most people's opinions on college basketball are junk. They don't watch any of it. Villanova's good. They're damn good. But Beeline will have a plan. Beeline will have this team playing some tough-ass defense. You do that, and I'll tell you this. Got to cut the turnover. You cannot have a half where you've turned it over 10 times like Michigan did. Cannot happen. Limit your turnovers. Play your brand of defense. The free throws are the free throws. Don't ask me to predict it. I've seen bad free throw shooting teams go out, have great nights. I've seen good ones have bad nights. It's a national title game. Goes without saying. You go out and shoot 60% from the line as a team, 55%, yeah, you're dead. You got to be a little bit better than that. 248-539-9797. We'll see if Sully brings real takes to the air. Also, we'll get Hatchet Man. We're letting him breathe and settle in after running that exciting Tigers game. David looks like death warmed over. We got a lot to talk about. Michigan, chance at immortality tonight. We've been